the eyes of an enemy parent, you will never be enough. No matter how hard you try, nothing you do will ever be done right. You'll never give enough to fulfill their satisfaction. No completed task will be appreciated. I can't see you through this video screen, of course, but I know that by the change in breathing pattern, you've been through hell. You knew every single word, curse word. By the age of 2, you answered to MF because you thought it was your name. You were called everything but a child of God by that self-proclaimed God-fearing parent. You were the subject of family gossip, probably still are. Talked about and criticized harshly to anyone who will listen. Family, friend, acquaintance, stranger. They know all your mistakes and secrets. No information is private or sacred. With your pleas of help and assistance, somehow you've destroyed the family. And it's only 8:30 a.m. right before breakfast. Record timing. For those who've never experienced this, I imagine you have amazing parents. You have the life that many have desired, and that's very comforting to know, truly. But so many did not, and I'm focusing on them, giving them the rare opportunity to be seen, acknowledged, and heard. For all those who instantly understood, welcome, my friend. You're officially a part of the Enemy Parent Club. No one amongst you is saying the truth, but you probably had a parent who didn't want to be a parent. Or you could have had a parent who gets their validation from being the maker of the struggle they gossip that they saved you from. A parent who's jealous of your life while simultaneously helping to create that very life that they envy. A parent who's desperately trying to get their stolen youth back, stolen due to your creation. Something you weren't responsible for, but they'll never let you live it down. You've spent your foundational years being raised by your bully. You didn't know right from wrong yet, but instead of simply correcting you with patience, understanding, and an explanation, instead of receiving chances and being rewarded for correct behavior, you were called names and treated like an adult in a correctional facility. You experienced treatment so bad that it warped your personality and your perception of you. Without that foundation of nurturing love, you never experienced the true power of loving you. You don't know how. It was never modeled. The only definition you have for love is pain. And it was brought about by your enemy parent. I bring this topic up because we have a mutual friend in common. His name was Earl Simmons, stage name DMX. There's a video circulating about his abuses he experienced at the hands of his mother. Please go research it. The trauma he faced was horrific. You can clearly see how it affected him. You can also see that no one believed him until that moment. The system also failed him. Earl Simmons, DMX, left us on April 9th, 2021, and he still educates with his recorded testimony of his enemy parent. What I hope our community now understands: mothers can be enemy parents, same as fathers, and there's absolutely no excuse for it. Enemy parents make the choice about who they want to be the moment you're conceived, probably sooner. They choose to raise you in a warlike atmosphere, devoid of actual discipline, replaced with abuses labeled by clever nicknames like beating. I hope we realize that treatment in childhood can affect everything about your adulthood because you were born a clean slate. I say this with confidence, having experienced it myself, having seen it, and tracing generational stories of abuse right back to its source. parents, or legal guardians. These generational curses, they must end. Abuse, physical and mental. It's not discipline. There are no excuses for that treatment. Those experiences leave no room for your child to receive proper life education so that when they become an adult, they may experience failed relationships, that they sabotage themselves. They sabotage the good because good doesn't feel familiar, not as familiar as pain does. It feels like a scam. It's too good to be true. All this good can't be happening to me. I'm not worthy. Nothing prepared me for this. Groomed into a people pleaser as a survival technique to avoid conflict. This low measure of self-worth attracts the very worst humans who resemble that parent all the way down to the zodiac sign. Victims of enemy parents have had one of the worst experiences to date. They've had to learn what unconditional love was from Google, or from many mistakes with the wrong people. It helped to skew their perception of relationships for decades to come. Victims of enemy parents. I see you, I acknowledge you, and I'm sorry your parents or parent failed you. We all have different experiences, but I have had to ask a parent, do you even like me? Why do you hate me so much? I'm sorry you created this weird black girl who talks funny, seems fake, who's not black enough. I'm sorry I'm so sensitive to verbal abuse. Victims of enemy parents. You're in a complicated situation. As we speak, your enemy parent is gathering support. How dare you talk? How dare you live in your truth? Proclaiming to be both victim and hero, so many people in your business with only a rice kernel of fact. Notice those same people never ask you for your side of the story. I haven't received a call yet. I also no longer want one. It's like being in grade school and you're the one in the center of a ring full of children, all sharing one brain, not an independent thought among them. No one challenging the enemy parent's actions or behaviors. Not an ally in the group. They simply repeat what the bully has to say about you. It's extremely toxic, and I'm sorry your enemy parents failed you. And my apologies are specific because agendas hide behind the words, I'm sorry. Something you know all too well. Words and actions never match. Once forgiven, they never change, and the cycle simply repeats. Your enemy parents were born with pointed fingers, refusing to take accountability for how they raised you. You did nothing wrong. Despite this lack of support from the one or ones who helped create you, I believe you will persevere. You will persevere not simply due to strength, but due to the desire you have to break those generational curses. Your home was a war zone. You refuse to carry that mentality forward. It's not a competition over who suffered worse, but you're light years ahead of those who have never known this particular struggle. You've already survived, and now it's time for you to thrive. I became a trauma-informed life coach because I too have experienced dealing with this similar trauma. Your brain is stuck on this very roadblock, locked into a contract of obligation while longing for the desire to be bully-free. You had wanted so badly that nurturing love, but now you just want to be left to grow. As your coach, I want to help you plan the next leg of your future journey, just like I did and I continue to do every day. As always, thriving is achievable, and I'll help you get there.